Hey, it's Brian Douglas, the FICO Insider. Here are some tips on how to avoid getting bad credit. You know, a bad credit rating is hardly anything you want to be associated with. So here are some things you can do to avoid that from happening to you. First, find more ways to generate income. Now, I know that sounds obvious, but think about it. Your paycheck can run very short if you're spending money in the wrong places. You want to channel as much money as you can into savings and debt repayment, not into toys and items that won't help you meet your credit repair and business goals. So if you've cleaned up your spending act and still need more cash each month, you may want to consider a second form of income. Now, a second income of even just a few $100s more a month can mean that you get your credit into shape much faster. Having a secondary form of income can also keep your credit safe. If you lose your job, you can use the money you make from that secondary source to repay your bills until you find another form of employment. Whatever you do, finding an alternative source of income can help your credit immensely. And by the way, that alternative income source does not need to be from a second job. In fact, I'd rather you start a small online business where you can work at home and be home with your family and build something that might ultimately replace your first job. Next, prepare for financial emergencies. Financial emergencies happen to almost everyone at some point, and they can have a devastating impact on your credit. In fact, most people who declare bankruptcy, well, they do it because of a huge financial disaster such as sudden unemployment, huge medical bills, a lawsuit, or divorce. Despite this, few people plan for these situations, even though they can happen to anyone at any time. So if you want to keep your credit score in good shape, you should know exactly what you do in case of an emergency. Developing an actual written plan can help you by helping you take action to save your credit as soon as an emergency occurs. Some items that could be on your financial emergency plan would include, number one, a list of all assets you could liquidate if you had to. Number two, a list of all extras or luxuries you could cut out of your life right away if there was a problem. Now, these might include newspaper subscriptions, a water delivery service, Friday nights at the movies, and yes, dare I say it, cable television. If you're in the USA, get a Netflix account and watch all the movies you want for less than $10 a month. Watch your favorite TV shows online for free, whenever you want, just like I do. Number three, make a list of any resources that you have that could help you in case of an emergency. Maybe you know a lawyer who deals in financial law. Maybe you have insurance that could help you when disaster strikes. And if you don't have it, you might want to look at that option before it's too late. Maybe your employer offers a severance package. Whatever it is, write it down now. Keeping a list of those resources will make them easier for you to access in the case of an emergency. Though challenging it may be, especially during a financial struggle, in many cases you can avoid a bad credit situation by planning ahead. That's right, by preparing early and anticipating your emergencies, you'll be steps ahead of 99% of the population. By the way, here's something else I want you to keep in mind. When there's a natural disaster, and they seem to be happening a lot more these days, often your mortgage lender will offer you a payment holiday for a while so you can get back on your feet faster. And when they do that, it won't appear as a negative item on your credit report. That's what I did a few years ago after I was victimized by a major hurricane. So never assume that you've got to be a victim. Always ask your lenders for help. You may be surprised that they actually will help you. To learn more and get some great strategies to rebuild your credit and get a free copy of my special report, The Great Credit Score Scam Revealed, go to creditReboundInstitute.com.